How's it going, guys? My name is Lodi, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing assorted triggers and close-up whispers, so mostly stuff with items. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I decided to do this kind of video because my nails usually don't get this long before they chip, so I figured it would be a missed opportunity to not do some tapping. So I know you guys usually don't like these kinds of videos. I think I put up a poll a while ago that was asking about what kinds of videos you guys prefer, and I think you said sound assortment was your least preferred, so sorry about that, but I rarely have nails, so we're gonna give tapping some stuff a go. Let me turn down this gain actually a little bit. So this is a old Gatorade container, and it's empty, but because it's empty, it almost creates like more of like a echoey effect. When I say that my nails rarely get this long, I mean this is how long they get. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see them very well because I have the focus set to this distance, but I mean they're barely they still barely come off my nail beds, but for me that's long. And by this point, yeah, they would have like chipped off and broke. But yeah, I also brought some lotion because that could probably provide different sounds at some point. You know, this one. This is one that you guys haven't seen in a while. This is just a tape dispenser, but it has sand in it, I think, to weigh it down. And then, oh my goodness, my computer almost just fell over. And then it's a kind of plastic that it makes good, kind of tacky sounds. Makes good, tacky sounds. So that you guys can tell, like, this is what my taps usually sound like. With my finger pads. But now with enough nail I can so there's a little bit of a difference. I do have my phone set down here somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but we can do some phone taps as well. That's the advantage of finally getting a new camera, is that I don't have to, I can use my phone for phone taps, because I know those are pretty popular. sense if you guys typically prefer kind of slower triggers or faster ones. I know there's like a whole community that likes faster stuff better, but I don't know. I would say if it's a sound assortment, then I prefer it to be kind of more fast-paced. But if it's just whispering and stuff, then obviously I would prefer that to be kind of slowed down. And then the fun thing is that the tape itself makes good sounds as well. Or at least interesting ones, anyway. We can put it on. Can put it on something and peel it off. That was kind of cool. I wonder if we can do that and then combine it with some taps. Let's see. I want to try and get a nice even stick so that it doesn't make harsh sounds as I'm trying to take it off. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that was actually not as cool as I thought it would be. But I've always liked that sound. It's kind of I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. I'll put it alongside here. And then we can peel it off. And then we can guys don't actually like those sounds, but I think they're kind of cool. Okay, I got a couple other things here that I can tap around on. I do want to find my phone. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I did find my phone. And I mean, back of the phone case tapping is pretty good. But I think what people really like is kind of the glass, the dulled glass sounds, crispy kind of tap. Well, I don't know, what would you guys consider this? Dull taps or crispy kind of taps? If I use my fingertips versus my nails. Check out the background. Are you gonna be able to see it? Oh goodness. Maybe let me turn down my brightness. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's kind of confusing to look at. Mirrored. Kind of confusing to look at mirrored. I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Back of the case or I think phone screen's definitely better. Let's see how this compares to. I'm curious because I think it's technically the glass that kind of makes that sound, but this is also glass, but and this has little glass dimples on it as well. I'd like to try, and the last time I used this was in the light video, and because it actually made kind of a cool little effect on the back side of it. Yeah, it would look way cooler in a completely dark room because the little dimples like created shadows, so it was kind of a dynamic thing. Dynamic. Goodness. I need to find something better to set my mic on because right now I have it sitting on top of a 5-pound protein tub, and then on top of that is another one of these, and then on top of that is one of these, but it's turned, there's still kind of dirt in there, but it's turned like this, that the flat face is sitting on top of the Gatorade, and so the mic is like barely balancing. But it's difficult because I want to get it high enough to a point where it's basically right below where the camera is. I think you can technically kind of see a little bit of it right here. But yeah, I need to get it up to that height without you guys seeing it. And if it's any lower, then I always find myself like crouching down, which is not ideal. Let me see here if I can flip this up a little closer like that so that when I talk it's closer. normal sounds. Let's give that another go. Hold on. Is that a plane coming by? I don't know what that is. If we I think that's kind of cool. Let me see how close I can get it. It's kind of weird. It almost you could probably see it in the video. It almost makes you want to like mimic the sound with your mouth. But yeah, I've said in other videos I do like the sound that glass and metal taps make, but glass I think is a little bit more delicate sounding. Metal can sound a little much, but just because it naturally has like some reverb to it. This is like a ceramic, I suppose. I mean, even this is small, but then it's also hard because if you put too many hands on it, then you dull the vibration that you can get. But if I only hold it with 2 fingers here, so I'll show you what I mean. If I only hold this with 2 fingers here, right, you can hear a little bit of some reverb. But if I palm it like this completely, you get almost none. Right, versus I wonder, I bet you that actually sound really cool. Now I'm actually kind of tempted to go get one. Hold on, I'll be right back. So, this is a wine glass. And similar effect to what I was talking about there with right, but what I was really trying to do is if you get some water on the rim here, and I think, let me just see, I haven't done this in a long time. That might be a little too harsh for you guys, but I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing. This is not the ideal setup for this either, but it's still pretty cool that you can even make those sounds, but all I'm doing is that's moisture and then like pressure of your finger. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I remember, let's see, I should honestly probably set this on the floor. Hopefully I don't step on it and forget about it. We don't want those sounds interfering with the other ones. But yeah, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I remember my parents showing me that when I was a kid, and I was like, oh. Let's see, I have some other stuff. This is the little fidget toy that I showed you guys in the unboxing video a couple videos ago. And I've been getting my use out of it, I suppose. But I thought maybe it could make some kind of cool tapping, but it's nothing all that interesting. Here's some oil. I know also in the unboxing video. Although it is kind of harder to get any sort of, let's see, if I hold it here, yeah, I think as this glass is thicker, you get less reverb out of it. It's pretty muted, which is unfortunate. But I do like the oil sounds. I know some people like lid sounds. But that fits within a pretty specific category of assorted like item triggers. But I do like lid sounds. Maybe I'll do a video like that eventually, just solely lid sounds. Let's see. And there's this fellow, which you guys have seen in a bunch of videos as well. See if I can. A little bit of a dynamic sound there as the water creates more of an open chamber on one end, and then a little more higher pitched. And then lower when the water sinks to the bottom where I'm tapping. use this lotion anymore because it's scented and it's kind of gross. I don't want my hands to get too moist, so I'm gonna kind of spread it out. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to do that for kind of give my hands some air, give them a second. If they're too moisturized, then they won't give the right sound I'm looking for. But let's see with this fella. Probably still a little too moisturized. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's see if we can get some more. Let's try the we can go back to the Scotch tape holder. There we go. It's really the sticky sounds that it's coming from. Like if I put something on my hands that made them sticky, that would be, well, not ideal in general, but for this sound specifically. Let's see with the water bottle, well, water sprayer. With this fella here, I know. You can hear the stick each time of each finger. Oh. Stick, 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 stick. Okay, let's see. I think that was, I have this guy here which just provides kind of muted taps. Well, actually, no, those sound kind of hollow, if anything. You guys recognize this from another video. Oh my gosh, I can smell this stuff through there. I think this kind of material is better just for kind of brushing than tapping. its smooth texture. Okay guys, I think that's gonna do it for me. I hope you are doing something